Eating out on plan can sometimes be tricky. Between ingredients, portion sizes, and other unknowns, tracking a meal can seem impossible. That's where we come in. In each episode of the Untrackables, we'll share tips on how to judge the points plus value of some of the most complicated restaurant dishes.
Welcome to the Untrackables. I'm Melanie, editor at WeightWatchers.com, and I'm here with Arances, who's a leader and in field communications, and also Larry, who's in learning and development at Weight Watchers International. Today we're at Mexican Radio, a Mexican restaurant in New York City that is delicious. They cook everything in-house. We'll be sharing our best tips and tricks when it comes to eating out and enjoying a wonderful meal at a restaurant with friends.
Welcome to Mexican Radio. Today we have prepared for you some chips and salsa and guacamole to start. As your entree, we're going to have shredded chicken mole enchiladas. And for dessert, a tres leches cake. Can I start you guys with anything to drink?
I'll have the pomegranate margarita.
I want that spicy scorpion margarita.
All right.
I'm scared of that, so I'm gonna go with the mojito.
A mojito? All right, sounds good.
And with a beer, it's kind of a known quantity. With a mixed drink, you're kind of at the bartender's whim, right?
Like you can go to some places and they'll bring you a 40-ounce margarita.
A bird bath. And then it's just so easy to be like, and I'll have another, and another, and another.
Yeah, and after the second wine, you're not even tasting it. You're just like, woo!
Cheers.
These look great.
Like, look, mine has plants in it, so that's gotta be good, right?
Surely.
Garnish things with stuff that's low points plus values because you can add flavor without any impact.
With that in mind, I feel that I should eat the garnish on our guacamole, please. Cheers. Avocado is easy to run away with, though.
It is healthy. It's
Right.
just not so good for weight loss.
Sure.
I try to think about it as butter. Because ultimately that's what it is. It's a fat. Salsa, on the other hand, is all vegetables and almost always 0 point.
Absolutely.
And what you were doing was so smart. I saw you breaking the pieces apart.
Right.
One of the things I sometimes like to do is like ask for a side plate and take my allotment of chips over here so that I don't keep going back to the well.
Gram for gram, lard and alcohol are about equal in points.
Wow. It makes your choice easier, doesn't it?
Well,
pick alcohol.
Exactly.
I happen to know, because I love chips, that approximately 12 chips equals 4 points plus values. So like if I'm thinking I'm gonna have 12 chips, that's 4, plus 2 tablespoons of guac maybe, which is probably, I'd like to say 2. And then my margarita, I know that like a frothy frozen margarita could be as much as like 11 or 12 points plus at once. But I'm gonna say that this is more like a 6.
I feel like my margarita is on the lowish end for a margarita because there's nothing sweet about it. It's just really the alcohol points, I think. So I'm with you. I would give this about a 5.
Your average mojito, again, is 5. I would say I'm probably gonna stick more towards the salsa, so 1 for the guac, because I tasted it, that's fine.
Here is your shredded chicken mole enchiladas for you guys.
You know, we think of mole as chocolatey and so yummy, but it's not like they're melting a chocolate bar to put in there.
Right. And it's 30, 40, 50 ingredients. It's an all-day preparation. It's
Spices,
intense.
chilies, pumpkin seeds quite often.
Right?
This is delicious.
There's not too much cheese, but I'm guessing it's not, like it's melted very well, so I'm guessing it's not a lower fat cheese.
I would guess there's 6 ounces of chicken in each of these enchiladas.
You think 6?
12 ounces of chicken total. The cheese, there's not that much cheese. I mean, I've got one little tiny bit of cheese, which I think is great for flavor and texture. So maybe 2 for that. I'm gonna say 1 for the sour cream, because there's maybe a tablespoon drizzled over. The sauce, though, to your point, Larry, as I break it down, like, I would think of it sort of like pesto, ultimately.
Okay.
It's got nuts and oil, and I think that's probably a good 10 points. The whole dish with both enchiladas, I think I'd say 28.
I was gonna say 14 for the whole dish. I know that chicken parmesan is about 14 to 16, and I feel like surely this isn't as bad as fried chicken topped with cheese and tomato sauce.
29 for the dish, and I'll say 14 for just 1.
For dessert, we have tres leches cake.
Oh my gosh,
This is a huge portion.
beautiful and enormous. Oh, this is dripping.
That means that points were falling off of it, right?
Tres leches cake pretty much tells you what it has in it, right? It's heavy cream, sweetened condensed milk, and evaporated milk.
For me,
But-
the thing that's
Yeah.
dangerous here is the sauce, which
Mango
makes
is
me
fine.
thankful they did not serve this with a spoon. It
Right.
would be like a sauce ladle.
Innocent sounding ingredients like flour in baked goods are actually what's contributing to the points plus value. So, and this is a big wedge of cake, right?
At first, though, I looked at it and I was like, this is huge. And then I realized it's really just a regular piece of cake.
Right.
Right? With all those other things poured on it instead of frosting. I know that a piece of cake with frosting is 12 points. To me, that's what this is.
You guys may find this surprising, since this is what I clocked our entree at, but I'm gonna say 14 points for the cake, excluding the whipped cream on the side.
And I'm going to go with, for the dish, 17.
That was amazing. So yummy.
Good.
I think that adds up basically to my weekly points allowance. What I probably would have done, in truth, is not thought quite so carefully about everything.
Sure.
And I probably would have said, there's my weekly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because the whole idea, right, is to just be mindful. And frankly, I had such a good time, I didn't want to interfere with the fun we were having. So, weekly points allowance.